Hello, I'm Jackson Vunganyi with the Voice of America here in Washington, D.C., where the inaugural ceremonies for U.S. President are taking place. President Donald Trump was sworn in a few minutes ago as the 47th President of the United States. Trump started the day by attending a service at St. John's Episcopal Church, which is just a short walk away from the White House. After the service, as is customary, now former President Joe Biden and his wife hosted him and his wife Melania for tea at the White House. As you've seen, the swearing-in ceremony was held inside the Capitol Rotunda due to freezing temperatures here in Washington, D.C. In attendance for the swearing-in ceremony were all former living U.S. presidents, President Clinton, President Obama, President Bush, and the outgoing President Biden, seated next to his Vice President Kamala Harris, plus other dignitaries, including China's Vice President. We also saw people like billionaire Elon Musk and many others. After he was sworn in, Trump shared his vision for the country, proclaiming that the golden era of America was back. He said that God had saved his life in order to make America great again. That was in reference to the assassination attempt made on his life in Pennsylvania while he was on the campaign trail. President Donald Trump also criticized the education system in the country and the healthcare system, saying that all of this will change starting today. He called his re-election a mandate. Remember, he won the popular vote by a couple of millions of people. And so he said that this was a mandate to completely reverse what he called a horrible betrayal and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and their freedom. One of the big announcements that he made during the speech was that he would create a new external revenue service to collect revenue from tariffs and imports, something that has divided some economists since he has talked about it, even during his campaign days. Some economists have said that in as far as how that would benefit Americans, they're not sure, because usually tariffs end up being paid as markup prices on these consumer goods by the vendors or the sellers. And so how that would impact Americans who are more worried about their pocketbook issues, who have been worried about the rising cost of living, we'll see in the next couple of years. Another issue that President Trump talked about during his speech was that of immigration, which is a major focus of his new administration, his new incoming administration. He said that the government would start by declaring an emergency at the U.S. southern border, saying that all illegal entry would be halted and that he would reinstate some of his border policies from his first term. So those were some of the issues that President Donald Trump touched upon in his address to the nation right after swearing in. After the ceremony, President Biden and that's former President Biden now, and his wife, First Lady Jill Biden, expected to travel from Washington, I think most likely to Delaware. And that is when President Trump and his family and his team will move into the White House. And to conclude the day this evening, there will be other celebrations that will be taking place around the city here in Washington, D.C., and they will include 3 inaugural balls, the Commander-in-Chief Ball, the Liberty Ball, and what they call the Starlight Ball. And as we have seen in the past, that these are basically festivities, parties, and they blend some sort of formalities. There's black tie, there's music, there's a lot of grandeur, really, as they usher in a new era of political leadership here in Washington, D.C.